Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima Edit, coming to you live from Iyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. Chairman Championship. Plus, U.S. President Joe Biden arrives Windsor Castle to meet King Charles III. And thanks for joining us. We begin the news this afternoon. National scene where President Bola Tinubu has emerged as the new chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS form of government. The president's emergence was announced at the 63rd ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS. The Nigerian leader, who is the latest entrant into the exclusion club of heads of state in West Africa,
we will not allow to take this up seriously with African Union and Britain and America. Take it up. It's a challenge. And we all.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA, has congratulated President Tinubu on his election as the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. NASIMA's President Dele Oye made this known via a statement in Lagos State. Oye said the appointed Free Trade Area, AFCFTA. The NASIMA president stressed the need to address some of the challenges confronting intra-West African trade, identifying the challenges to include cumbersome. Away from that, the National Association of Academic Technologies, NAT, has expressed concern over the recent 200% increase in fees in federal universities, saying that it may lead to the dropping out of students from school. NAT also kicked against the dissolution of universities' governing boards and asked the federal government to reinstate the dissolved boards. This is contained in a statement issued by the NAT president Igbeji Nwokoma at the head of the country's tertiary institutions, especially in the areas of promotion, motivation, welfare. In a separate development, the Governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, has directed that Maisama Joy Ejikeme be handed over to the State Guidance Counselor for counseling, following by the Public Relations Officer of the Anambra State Ministry of Education, Na Emeka Ogwongu. He stated that in a letter to her principal, Governor Soludo further directed the immediate commencement of psychological counseling and therapy sessions for Maisama, adding that she should be development. The management of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has announced a change of venue for the 2023 Batch B Stream 1 orientation camp for the Plateau State. Reports say the venue was changed from the permanent orientation camp in Mango to Waye Foundation by Bokun Academy Diodu, temporary NYSC orientation camp in Jos South Local Government Area. In a statement, the NYSC director present published at the new orientation camp on the date specified in their call-up letters. And back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoinor has warned individuals and groups obstructing development projects with administration would only pay compensation on duly certified structures. Governor Omoinor gave the warning at his hometown while addressing the congregation at the Apostolic Church Ikorekpenudo, in Nsiribium local government area, where he, accompanied by his wife, Pastor Pay, faltered the indiscriminate upsurge of unwarranted structures and roadsides of the community to dismantle them with immediate effect. He therefore directed local government councils chairmen across the state to make available 100 hectares route as enunciated in the Arise agenda of his administration. Government House correspondent Genoa reports that high point of the event was the conferment of the inner supportive role to the first family. Meanwhile, motorists and tricycle riders in Oyo Metropolis have been warned against route violations to avoid road of the warning while speaking with Spectrum Television in an interview. Olonisaye, while stating the dangers involved in the use of one-way, identified some penalties given to riders who violate traffic rules in the state.
We need to be fair to the road users. On the average, majority of road users obey traffic lights in Akwa Ibom State, especially within Oyo Metropolis. Right, to the best of our knowledge, of road users too, they also obey those road signs. So we have few people, let me just say few people, not majority anyway, we still observe few people drive against the traffic, popularly known as one way, which is highly injurious to themselves and also questions that one may raise. He said that individual is just trying to do that with impunity, thinking that nothing can happen, or some also believe that maybe they are in a hurry, or you can also raise maybe this calls for some questions. This is not correct, because even when trying to cut short,
Odimba said that he would seek a third term as the oil-rich African nation's head of state. Reports say Bongo took over from his father, Omar Bongo Odimba, the country's ruler for 41 years in 2009. The election had been fixed. According to reports, the Bongo family has ruled the country for 55 years and is branded a dynastic power by the opposition to 5 years. Still in Africa, officials from across Iran reports say the Sudanese army and the rival paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) are expected to send representatives to the summit. But the Sudan's military leader Abdel al-Burhan has said to the foreign scene now, where U.S. President Joe Biden has arrived at Windsor Castle to meet King Charles III before going on to discuss issues surrounding climate change. The visit, according to report, is Russian President Vladimir Putin has reportedly met mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin after the failed Wagner Group mutiny last month. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Prigozhin, who heads the Ukraine war effort, and the mutiny. According to him, Wagner chief's current whereabouts are still. Nigeria wins on the 21 Women's Volleyball Championship. Do stay with us. Many thanks for joining us. We move on to the rest of the news stories. On a business news, the federal government has said that the volume of premium motor spirit (PMS), popularly called petrol, that was consumed across the country in the first half of 2023 in Abuja showed that between January 1st and May 28, 2023, which was the pre-deregulation period, the total amount of petrol consumed nationwide was about 9.9 billion liters. The report noted that the average consumption for the 148-day period was put at 66 when subsidy on petrol was still in place. But the figures from the federal government agency indicated that between June 1st to June 28, 2023, the average daily consumption was put at 48.43 million liters. 8 states failed to attract capital importation in the first quarter of 2023. Ekiti, Ogun, Ondo, and Niger State witnessed capital inflows. Cumulative capital inflows totaled $1.13 billion. Lagos with dollars attracted the most capital in the period under review, followed by Abuja at $410.27 million and Akwa Ibom with $5.21 million in 2022. We move to health, where the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have said it will embark on an indefinite strike if the federal government fails to meet its demands on or before July 19, 2023. The president of the National Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. 2 weeks ultimatum to the federal government to commence the implementation of all pending agreements it reached with the association when it embarked on a 5-day warning strike from May 17 to 21, 2023. The association had signed a memorandum of understanding with the government with the downgrading of the membership certificate issued by the West African postgraduate medical and surgical colleges and the immediate payment of all salary arrears, implementation of the consolidated medical salary structure, new hazard allowance, and the Association of Community Pharmacies in Nigeria has expressed worries over the increasing drug scourge in the country, saying infiltrators and quack the current status quo poses security threats to the health of the citizens. In a statement jointly signed by the chairman, Wale Oladingbolu, and the secretary, Ambrose Eze, the association said the challenges of medicine security have always been tied to the non-specific provisions immediately in consonance with listing drug matters as item 21 of part in the second schedule of the exclusive list in the 1999 Constitution. To sports now, where Nigeria has won the 2023 Africa Under-21 Nations Women's. The team is expected to return to Nigeria later today. Still in sports, Nigeria Premier League club Bendel Insurance have released the nominees for their Player of the Season award. The Benin Arsenals unveiled the names of the 5 players on their official Twitter handle. It out for the individual accolade. The 2 other nominees are Ismail Saki and Tanimu Benjamin. Reports say fans will vote. On our entertainment news, Nigerian singer Davido is currently on his timeless tour of the United States with his latest stop at Chicago, where he sold out the 10,000 capacity Credit Union One Arena, Chicago, as he did at his edition of several of his hit songs. Reports said Davido has been on the road since the release of his record-breaking 4th album, Timeless. He recently performed his hit single Unavailable at the 2023 BET Awards and will be Still on entertainment, British singer, pianist and composer Elton John has concluded his marathon farewell tour in Stockholm with one of his biggest, spanning 50 years and nearly 4,600 performances worldwide. And that's all we have for you at this time. To ensure to follow, you've been watching Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima, edit. Many thanks for being there and to enjoy the rest of your day.